If you're thinking about starting your own pressure washing business but don't know where to start, I'm going to show you the 3 things that every pressure washer needs to run more efficiently. Whether you're starting with a unit that looks similar to this, a 2.5 gallon a minute machine, or an 8 gallon a minute pressure washer, you guys will need the trusty ball valve. You want to be able to quickly disconnect your wand or your surface cleaner and be able to connect the other attachment, whether that's the wand or the surface cleaner. That is where the ball valve comes in handy. So instead of having to cut off the pressure washer, you will now be able to just cut the water off right here with the ball valve, and that will allow you to quickly connect and disconnect without having to shut the pressure washer off. So that saves you a lot of time and effort and just helps with workflow when it comes to popping between different tasks, whether that's washing the house or cleaning the driveway. You're going to have to go between different attachments throughout the job. Now there's multiple versions of ball valves. This is actually what I started with, just a little Amazon ball valve, and you go all the way up to these DN10 ball valves, and this also has a Mossmatic swivel on it. If there was no swivel on here, you would have to pivot the entire thing, hose included, and that takes a lot of effort, whereas this Mossmatic swivel allows for you to pivot under pressure. So say there's water flowing through the gun, I'm able to turn my wrist just this easy to hit different portions of the house or from different angles without having to worry about pivoting the entire hose. So the Mossmatic swivel is also a great attachment to have with your ball valve. The second thing you need to operate more efficiently as a pressure washer is a surface cleaner. Whether you're starting with what I started with, which is a Simpson 16-inch surface cleaner that attaches just to your wand, and I was able to power that with a 2.5 gallon a minute pressure washer similar to this one, or you're upgrading to an 8 gallon a minute pressure washer that could power anything from a 20-inch, 24-inch, or just the 19-inch Whisper Wash Classic. Instead of being like this with a wand, you're now able to move at a much quicker pace as well as cover a larger surface area when cleaning. Any of the products that we discussed today or that you see on my trailer or in my videos that I use on a regular basis, you can find those at Cigar City Soft Wash. Use promo code GOLD10 at checkout to save yourself 10% off. Okay, so the third thing that you guys need to operate more efficiently as a pressure washer is some sort of chemical application method. So when I first started out, I was going to the local pool supply store, getting something similar to this, which was just like a 2.5 gallon tank full of SH, and then I would cut it with water in this pump up sprayer. So I would get yourself either a 1 or 2 gallon pump up sprayer. Personally, I prefer a 2 gallon pump up sprayer. After you've gotten yourself your pump up sprayer and your bleach, you're going to want to figure out what dilution you're trying to get your mix down to. If you're cleaning a house, you want it at a certain percentage. If you're cleaning a driveway, you're going to want it at a different percentage. Once you find out what those percentages are, you can make that mix with just a pump up sprayer by cutting the SH with water. Honestly, my first job that I performed, I did not post treat the driveway. I didn't know about the chemical methods and how to apply them and all that. After my first job, I ran to the pool supply store, I got myself some bleach, and I got myself a pump up sprayer. There are several different ways to apply chemical in this industry. You can start with the cheapest method, which would be a pump up sprayer, and then you can move up to something similar to this, which would be a 12-volt system. The benefits to this Blend Manifold system are the fact that you're able to dilute the chemical on the spot to whatever desired mix you would want. So instead of having to cut it with a pump up sprayer like this, you are now able to, on the job, decide what percentage mix you need based on whatever service it is that you're providing. The 12-volt system does need its own dedicated bleach tank, it needs its own manifold, and it needs to be connected to your buffer tank. So there are some costs when it comes to upgrading to a system similar to the 12-volt, but you can get away with doing most jobs, which is how I started, with just a pump-up sprayer. Those were the 3 things that I found that helped improve efficiency with running my pressure washing business. Let me know down in the comments below, what are the 3 things that help your pressure washing business run smoother?